Well, Well, that was interesting. I don't know what was going on there. The computer just completely locked up, everything locked up. And so, anyways, I apologize for that. Let me know if you can hear me. You might have already dropped off. Literally, everything just like froze up. The music was still going, the screen locked up, everything went down. Back to you, Dan. Okay, you hear me now. Well, that's going to be for people watching the replay going, what is going on? And I closed the computer, I rebooted it, it still showed that I was live. So, wow, that was weird. Sorry about that. I apologize for you, but I gave you extra time to get on. So, loud and clear, good deal. How's everybody doing on this Wednesday? Just got off the phone with my wife. She was at Top Golf tonight. Beautiful night to do that. Great weather for golf. Let's dive into the details because we got a big system that's on the way, and there's going to be surprises. There's going to be differences in the timing with this rain, and I think I've got a good idea on what's going to happen. But before I tell you what's going on, let me give you the overview. So, big storm system that's been impacting California is moving east. It's what we call ejecting. So, this storm system is ejecting into the central and southern plains for tomorrow and into Friday. It's going to bring the potential for heavy rain, severe weather. Tornado threat is questionable. Maybe not as much of a tornado threat, but we still have that potential. We also have heavy rain with a front sagging south and came out of nowhere. I know. All right, let's take a look here what's happening. So first of all, here's the system that's on the west coast of the United States. Again, I apologize for that taking so long to get loaded up, but literally everything just locked up. The screen froze, couldn't control alt delete, couldn't reboot, all that stuff. Crazy. Did you enjoy the warmer weather today? It was definitely warm. It was definitely humid. And here comes the energy. Now, a couple things to note. Number one, this system is intense. It brought 80-mile-an-hour winds to California, to the Bay Area yesterday. If you haven't heard, hurricane force winds. It was literally like an onshore hurricane. 250,000 customers without power. Tornado in Los Angeles today. Just east of Los Angeles, Montebello. And yeah, it's Josh, I think that's kind of funny. So this is the same system that brought a possible tornado to California. I don't know if you saw what I talked about with my 10 o'clock news, but well, you didn't because you're out of town. But yeah, there were a lot of reporters saying a possible tornado, and you could see debris, you could see the funnel, you could see rotation. I mean, a video shows it's possible tornado, and it is a tornado. It's a tornado. So I like what Brad Panovich said. But anyways, here's the system. Here's the upper level spin. Notice how this is the kicker system that's coming in. Now, a couple things to note. Number one, there's going to be lots of little pieces of energy that move in from the southwest. These little pieces of energy will spark off additional thunderstorms. The best way to show you this is to show you what's called a vorticity map. So vorticity is really kind of cool because it tells you exactly where the energy is, and the storm systems and the rain and the thunderstorm activity is ahead of this energy. So here's what you would look at. Could you show the NATO cast for tomorrow? Yes, I will on Twitter. I'll show you that. But here's a look at the European model, and you can see all this energy that's moving in off the West Coast. Now, a couple things to note. Number one is that there's going to be more energy, and it's slower than expected. Now, there's going to be little pieces of energy that pop up like this right here, Thursday afternoon. That's going to spark off some additional storms. So that starts about 4 or 5 o'clock. Remember, the storms are out ahead of this. These little pieces of energy will probably not be depicted by all computer models. The European model does a better job at picking up what's called these little short waves. Notice as we move into our Friday morning, additional energy moves in. Here we got some thunderstorms popping up. Now notice there's still a lot of energy off to the west, and this is a little bit slower moving than previously thought. And look at this, by Friday morning, still remains off to the west. So this is going to spell additional thunderstorm activity. And then finally, by Friday afternoon, the bulk of this energy moves in. This is a lot of energy, folks, and there's going to be the potential for some significant heavy rain and flash flooding. One, because the jet stream is parallel to this front that's going to be moving in. and that just spells a recipe for heavy rain. So there's a look at the energy, and watch what happens too. Now, at this time, early Saturday morning, the storm's gone. It's out. It's moved out. And then you can see how it ejects and becomes what's called a negative tilt. So there's a lot of energy. Look at the jet stream, big dip in the jet stream. This storm system is a long wave trough. It ejects and becomes negative tilt. All those ingredients spell trouble for the potential for storms. So let's dive into what the future track says. They haven't concluded surveys to determine EF strength yet. I've heard via NWS Los Angeles they should have more details out by sometime tomorrow. That's for the Los Angeles tornado. Now, Josh, I don't think there was a warning on it. I looked high and low and searched all over, and I could not find a warning on it, if I'm not mistaken. So you let me know if I was mistaken and there was a warning. Yesterday, there was a warning at 8 o'clock west of Malibu for a tornado warning that was very short-lived. But this storm, I don't believe, had a tornado warning on it. It was pretty close to the radar, too. But anyways, here's a look at what we've got. Tomorrow morning, fine. No problems, no storms. Remember those little pieces of energy that I talked about? Well, here they come, and that's going to spark off some thunderstorm activity. This is the beginning stages of it. So about 3, 4 o'clock, there's a wave of energy coming in, and that's our first round of precipitation. Now, watch what happens, though, Thursday evening. This thunderstorm activity lifts northward. I personally believe there's going to be 2 corridors of heavy rain, one that's going to be in southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas, and another heavy rain corridor that develops in the river valley. Now, watch what happens on Thursday evening. Here's the thunderstorm activity. The farther south you go, very little storms in the river valley. So I saw some comments on social media saying bust and not going to happen. And, there's always that potential. The river valley is not going to see much thunderstorm activity tomorrow just because this energy is focused more to the north, and that's where the front will be. However, that's not going to remain the case throughout this entire system, because on Thursday night and into Friday morning, now we get the bulk of that big energy. The main part of this system ejects, and this is where the thunderstorm activity really ramps up. Now, unfortunately, there's going to be multiple waves of heavy precipitation, and this will last all the way through Friday afternoon. So here at this point, we've got heavy rain, and there could be some supercells in northeastern Louisiana and southeast Arkansas at this time. And then look, that still continues to rain. By Friday early afternoon, it'll finally start pushing out. Look at the model still showing precipitation to our northwest at 7 o'clock in the evening. Pretty impressive there. That's one model. Let me show you a different model that has a completely different outlook. So let me go ahead and expand all the times. And so we'll step through this together. There's that little wave of precipitation, but watch how fast this kind of lifts northward. Yes, there's going to be some thunderstorms. The farther north you go, the more likely the storm activity. Then as we move into Friday morning, still raining in southwest Missouri. And then there's a little piece of energy that swings in that fires off a thunderstorm. This does not have nearly as much rain as it should, in my opinion. The graph is a little underdone, but then notice that Friday morning, we've got the potential for that energy coming in, and it does look like I froze again. You are correct. I see that. I don't know what's going on. Here's what I'll do. I'll take off the camera. I don't know if there's something wrong with Facebook or what. Let me try refreshing the page. Nope. Still froze. I don't know. Don't know what's going on. But I guess it doesn't want me to give you an update. Looks like my yard will be a lake again. And look, it continues to show storms. Look at how long the storms stick around. I don't know what's going on. It froze, but I'm still getting comments. I don't know if you can hear me. Whatever. Clearly, this doesn't want to work. The system needs to be rebooted. That's it. We'll see you guys. If this still works, not sure. Well, you can hear me. All right. Well, you can hear me, but you can't see anything. So, anyways, that's good to know. Sound is good. Video is not good. Baja Blast. Maybe I had a brain freeze. It doesn't sound too bad. I think I might do that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but if you can hear me, it's the same system currently streaming there as well. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's all right. I can't change the graphics or anything. I can't change the camera. I can't change anything. So, well, I'll tell you what. We'll call it a night. Expect storms. I'll give you more updates tomorrow. There's really nothing that I can show you now, unfortunately. So, just tune in tomorrow. I know. I did. I showed the technical difficulties. Good night, because I'm pretty much ending the broadcast. So have a great rest of your night. We'll keep you updated, and we'll watch those storms tomorrow. See ya.